Have you ever felt this way in your marriage? Have you ever felt tired of everything? Have you ever considered it as if you're living for everybody except yourself? My name is Abimbola Akiomi Iliokoya on Now That You Are Married. Today we shall be examining a very important topic, which is boredom in marriage. Boredom. You might be wondering, why am I taking boredom? Yes, because we fail in this part of the world to see the weight and the effect boredom actually has on marriage. Some people have taken marriage to be like a game. You play it, you enjoy it. When you're tired of it, you stop playing and then you discard it, or you walk out of the marriage. We want to look at what boredom is and then what can be done to reduce or totally eradicate boredom in marriage. To be bored means to be tired of your marriage. To be bored means to feel trapped in that marriage. To be bored means to lose all form of excitement in your marriage. That is what we're looking at today. Boredom in marriage is a very serious marital challenge, and we must not let it down just like that. We must handle it properly and ensure that it is totally eradicated. The question is, why are people bored in marriage? Why do you feel tired, unexciting? Why do you feel like walking out of your marriage simply because you feel there is nothing more the marriage has got to offer you? Or you feel you're living for every other person except yourself? You feel you're living for your spouse, you're living for your children, you're living for your in-law, but you yourself, you're not living your life. You're not feeling fulfilled. I want us to just examine it. What are those things that usually lead to boredom in marriage? Number one is when you begin to query or ask yourself, is there anything exciting to discover again? Is there anything new for me in this marriage? Is there anything I feel I don't know? Having a feeling that I know it all about my spouse. There is nothing else to know. When you get to that point, then certainly you're getting bored of that marriage. Another point is when you begin to feel you need a break. You need your space. You feel like walking out of that marriage for some time and probably never returning again. When you begin to feel as if you're living for every other person except yourself. Don't look at yourself as if something is wrong. There's nothing wrong with you. It does happen. It only shows that you're bored. It only shows that you're not getting any excitement from that marriage at that moment. But there are things to do. When you begin to look at it as if your partner is not able to meet every need as you expected, don't forget that before marriage, there were things you were doing that were actually giving you excitement. The first question you'll ask yourself, what is happening? What are those things we used to do before marriage that were actually interesting and exciting to the two of you? The first thing you do to get solution to this is you sit with your spouse. There is nothing to be ashamed about. And I don't expect any spouse to feel bad because your spouse is feeling that way. It doesn't mean that that person loves you less. It only shows that you both need to work on that marriage. You both need to pep it up here and there. You both need to bring in new things that will excite you and that will restore to you those things that you used to enjoy before marriage. And what are those things? Go back to it. Were you the dancing type? Were you going out to dance together? Were you going out to watch movie together? Were you listening to similar music? Is it that you've both been going to eateries? then why did you stop? Analyze it, talk about it. Then both of you should take a decision as to what you can do to restore your lost shine, so to say. And then begin to do those things. Begin to go back. The fact that you are married, you have children, does not mean you can't have fun with each other. If you have children and you have grandparents that can take care of them, please once in a while let them go and spend time with their grandparents or with a grand aunt or with your sister or with your brother. Let them go so that both of you can be left alone, and then you begin to get back your ginger. Number 2 thing is, you don't need much money to have a holiday. You deserve a holiday. You can embark on private holiday, personal holiday, all by yourself. Take your time, just leave the environment, but with the understanding of your spouse. I can assure you that you wake up every morning missing the cry of your child, missing the nagging of your spouse, missing all of those things that are seemingly boring now. And you'll come back refreshed. You'll come back appreciating what you actually have. And not only that, you can also make up your mind to make personal discovery about each other. As I said earlier, go back to those things you used to do before you got married, and then begin to improve on it. Let your children go on holiday. Take them to their grandparents. Take them to a place you know they are safe, and have some time with each other. Spend some time with each other, just the two of you. If you need to travel, you don't have to travel out of this country to have fun. You don't need so much money to get back your life. All you need is determination. Put up little money aside for this kind of situation. Maybe you can just take a night or two at the beach side on the island, and then you both come back refreshed. Because when you're conscious that it's just the two of you there, I'm telling you, new things begin to well up in your heart. And not only that, the fact that you don't have any kind of distraction, you don't have divided attention, you're concentrating on just each other, will help you develop special interest in your spouse. Then be determined to discover new things about each other. Do new things. Be inventful, be creative, even in your room. Don't be a boring person. Don't have it the same way you do all the time. Be creative, try new things. Of course, safe, hygienic and safe things. But make it exciting. Don't let it be just the same old you. Adjust yourself. Choose to look different. If you're feeling that way, give yourself a treat. Go have a different haircut. Get yourself 1 or 2 things that will make you happy. Get yourself a pack of chocolate if that's what you like. Make up your mind to go to the gym and lose some weight. Do something different from what you've been doing. And you discover that your love will begin to come back to you. Then be spontaneous. Do things that would just make your spouse laugh. That will make your spouse come back and say, oh, that was rearrange your room. Change the position of your bed. Change where you have your dressing mirror. Just do something different so that the environment will look different to you. I understand it can be tiring when you come to the same 4 walls of a room every day. The bed is the same place 4 or 5 years. No, change it. You don't need to buy a new one. Turn the mattress the other way. Change the look of your room. Buy a small flower vase. Buy a candle, a perfumed candle that will give your home a different smell. Something different. Adjust to the new level. Just make up your mind that this marriage must work. We're in this together, and we must work together and remain together, loving each other day by day. Another thing you can do is learn a new trade. Think of something you have always wanted to do. Go for a short-time course. Go and learn something new that will take your mind off, not totally off your home, but you'll have something else to think about apart from your home. And by so doing, you'll discover that you feel refreshed. It's not just you that is feeling that way. If your spouse walks up to you and tells you, oh, this is what I'm feeling about, I'm feeling trapped, I'm feeling tired of this marriage, it's not time to say, hey, you are tired, me too, I'm tired, you can go, me too, I'm tired of you. That's not it. It's a time for the two of you to sit down together and think of a way out. Encourage your spouse to do something different. I once had a similar experience, and I decided to take up a master's program. And I did that for like 15 months. And day by day you go for lecture, you have exam, you have assignment. It was something different from my usual. And I think that one actually helped me. So I'm encouraging you, do something new. Find something else you can do outside of all that you have been doing. And by so doing, you'll discover that you feel refreshed, and then you begin to love each other even the more. Don't leave it all out to your spouse, the person that is feeling bored. Even if the other party did not voice it out, that does not mean he's not experiencing or she is not experiencing similar thing. So you can both just take a decision. It's not time for extramarital affairs. It's not time for, looking for satisfaction outside your home. It's time for the two of you to begin to realign yourselves to your new position and begin to love each other. You can decide to look at yourself, buy your spouse something, just a small gift to tell you I admire you. Maybe something you've loved seeing on your spouse, but your spouse is not paying attention anymore. Make your spouse remember those days. Oh, for example, you just bought her or him, or let's say you just bought your husband a pair of trousers, something he used to wear that you used to like, but he has stopped wearing it. He's now a banker, he's wearing very corporate, wears all the time. Get him a chinos, get him a pair of jeans. Just something different that will remind you of what you used to love him doing. And if it's your wife, get her another pair of slippers. Get her a new top. Get her a short and a top. And before you know it, you're starting all over again, and your love is being renewed day by day. Marriage is not a bed of roses. As you continue in the journey, things are bound to happen that you don't expect. One of it is being bored. It's not peculiar to just you. It happens. And the fact that it has happened once and you're able to conquer it does not mean it won't happen again. But each time it happens, just make sure you sit down, discuss it, and both of you should look for a way forward, even in resolving it over and over again. Don't forget that you have both become one unit. If one part of the unit is bored, then it means the whole unit becomes dysfunctional. You can get it back. Don't give up on your marriage. Work for it. Pay the price. Your marriage is worth fighting for. Do all that you can to ensure that you remain married. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget, I want you to get back to me. Don't forget to write. Don't forget to call. Send a mail. Voice it out. Share your opinion. That would actually help us in forging ahead even on this program. Thank you very much. I remain Abimbola Kiyomi on Now That You Are Married.